I mean, at a penny, how good could it be? Liquor legend here. Happy Monday morning to everyone out there. It's been quite a while since I've done a video, and I've had some drivers recently saying, Liquor legend, what's going on? We miss your videos. Listen, unless I have something to talk about, unless the video is preceded by an event or something I read, I'm not just going to do videos for the sake of doing videos. Ain't the point of this. And today we got two things to talk about. The second thing, another store decided to make a comment. You know how I love that? When another store wants to try to say something. Anyways, let's go to the first thing. I was scrolling through Facebook and an ad came up for a bourbon. Now, I believe the bourbon's called Puncher's Choice, something like this. And in the ad, it said, buy one bottle, get one bottle for a penny. Now, I'm not going to even begin to tell you that that is illegal. And of course, the company that distilled the spirit is not going to get into trouble. Oh, no. The actual store that follows this promotion will. And they happen to be promoting Cappies. Now, I don't have much of a problem with Cappies. And the reason I don't have a problem with Cappies is they're not really direct competition to me. Because if they were, I would have been dealing with this already. But in the thread on the Facebook post, I said, I had commented because I guess it was a direct thread to the distiller. And I said, state of Massachusetts, you really cannot promote something lower than cost. And having access to the Beverage Journal, which is the information we use when we order stuff, it has all the prices of the stuff that we have to pay for and then charge the fine consumers. And looking it up currently, I think the cost is $25.83 a bottle. That's a bottle. Now, in the thread, somebody said, well, they got the first bottle for $34.99, the second bottle for a penny. That is illegal. If the current cost is $25.83 and you got both bottles for $35, that is lower than the cost. Now, talking to the salesman that represents this brand, he said, well, a little way back, they were giving a bunch of free cases. Now, this is where this comes into effect. Total Wine got into trouble because they were promoting things lower than cost. Now, in the industry, if we talk about free goods, a lot of times you'll see a deal that's a 1-on-5. That just basically means you buy 5 cases, you get 1 case for $1, because they don't really do free anymore. Or if it's bottles or something, maybe you might get it for a penny. Now, basically what somebody like myself will do is, if it's 1 case free, 5 cases that you got to pay for, you take the total amount, you divide it by 6, so it has an equal amount across the board. That's how you come up with these deals, and that's how the deals are formed, and that's how you get your prices. Sometimes the deals are structured where you don't get the money back on the deals until like a certain period. And Total Wine was basing their prices or basing the cost on what the final price would be eventually. You can't do that. You only can base it off the invoice that came in. That's all you can base that off of. That's what Total Wine got in trouble. And this distiller is posting that if you buy 1 bottle, you get the second bottle for a penny. Now, if they had priced the first bottle so high that it covers the cost, that's not a problem. But you cannot promote the bottle at a penny. You can't do that. That's against the law. And of course, they're promoting their products to get people to buy them. They're not the one that's going to get in trouble. Cappies will get into trouble for selling the product at this proposed price. And I remember, like, the guy who's running the post, is representing the distiller. And instead of saying why they're doing this, he actually tried to deflect a little. I was like, wow, this is a great bourbon. Like, that's a quick deflection. He wouldn't address the fact that I was bringing up that it was being promoted illegally with the penny deal. He just wanted to deflect to it, saying, wow, this is a good bourbon. It's in its category. Somebody also further down had said that they actually got, on the Cape, they got one bottle for $24.99. They got the second bottle for a penny. And I responded with, you should go back and clean them out. Clean them out! So, for whatever the reason, they're selling this illegally. You cannot promote the bottle at a penny. The second thing that I came up with when I was looking at this is, I remember in Dusk Till Dawn when Cheech Marin was standing in front of the bar saying, I don't want to say it, it's a little vulgar, but he's blank for a penny. So I actually put a meme up that showed the ad and just showed Cheech said, second bottle for only a penny. Some people got a kick out of it. Now, the other problem I have with companies giving away things is sometimes when they're giving them away, you've got to understand the motives. Why would they do this? It's not the first product to advertise about getting something for nothing. Basic Seltzers had a promotion where if you bought a 12-pack, they would reimburse you. Now, that's not illegal. So if you bought a 12-pack, $17.99, through PayPal or Venmo, they would reimburse you the money within 10 to 14 days. And then if you bought a second 12-pack, they reimburse you $10, so on and so forth. The product, in my opinion, wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. I tried it. I tried most of the stuff that comes into my store. Because if it's good, I know I have a winner and I know I can push it a little more. If it's not good, you know, people will ask. I won't discourage the product. But if I think it tastes like crap, it's usually doomed to fail. And I think initially with the basic deal, I ended up taking in 40 cases, doing the help for the rep for that company. But I ended up sending over half of it back because after a long amount of time, it was sitting there. And seltzer's a tough game. You have Budweiser, Truly, and White Claw coming out with new stuff every 3 to 6 months. These other companies can't keep up. Anyways, we're getting off the topic. So, my second thought process, besides it being illegal, what this bourbon company was doing was, how good could it be if you are trying to get stores to give it away? You know, sometimes too good to be true. One of the other threads in it was the guy said, well, the one that they were promoting wasn't there, but the higher priced barrel proof was. Apparently, they're doing the same thing. Buy one, get one for a penny. So, Puncher's Choice, or whatever the name is of this company, you think you're doing a good job, you think you're doing a good marketing by promoting this. It's the store that will get into trouble. And if Cappy's wants to be dumb and do something like this, I don't take personal effect to it simply because they're not a direct competitor. If they were a direct competitor, they would get a direct response from me. As we all know, I don't play well with my competitors. Nope. But because they're nowhere near me, I just made that. And they're posting, the company, the distiller is posting it constantly. That kind of shows desperation too. When you post and post and post over and over and over the same thing. It's a little bit of desperation. I don't think I'll personally be bringing the product in, considering that this is the idea that the product has for selling, is to promote it in a way that's illegal. So I'm not too worried about it. If a rep came down and let me try it and I thought it was halfway decent, sure, I would carry it. But what I wouldn't do is allow them to promote the whole buy a bottle, get the second bottle for a penny. That ain't happening. I'm not going to be allowing that. And they would be told right away, do not post that for my store. Now, number 2. I had an interaction on Instagram yesterday. I know other stores watch what I do. I have no problem with that. I don't ever follow other stores. I follow 2 because the people involved in those stores are friends of mine. So I don't mind doing that. I won't follow the other stores, your competitors. Not direct, but But I understand that people look at my posts. I think my posts look fantastic. So understand that if you are another store and you make a comment on one of my posts, I'm going to be a smart ass. And I'm going to be a smart ass in your direction. Because if you're another store, why would you comment on one of my stuff? So the person had messaged me and brought up the fact that I made a mistake on one of my posts for a beer, that I used the wrong logo. So that's fine. If I made a mistake, everybody can make mistakes. So because I'm a smart ass, I responded with, I kind of took his message to me, and I reformatted it to bring up the fact that, okay, well, your posts are pretty damn basic. Or something about basic posts. Like stores who, they get beer in, they just take one photo, and then there's a freaking novel in the message. I don't do that. I do my format differently. So I basically responded with, your posts are basic at best. And then this person decides to respond with something like, oh, I get more likes. I get more likes on one of my posts than 3 of your posts. Okay. Number 1, you average 50 likes a post. Okay? Fake Paul. Jake the fake Paul. So relax there, okay? If your 6-year-old makes a picture and puts it on a refrigerator, everybody that comes in the house will be like, oh, that's good. Doesn't mean it's actually got great substance behind it. Okay? The fact that that one account has more followers than you, I guess doesn't it? And considering that I have multiple accounts, I have close to 10,000 people that follow me, and I'm gaining new followers every day. Okay. You get more likes on your posts. Whew. I'll tell you. But they're basic. Okay. Now, I wouldn't have been as harsh. If he hadn't responded back, he should have just taken the rib. But now he wants to give it back. And talk about don't get salty. Okay, I'm not going to get salty, or testy as he called it. Why are you commenting on another store's post? One thing that kind of puzzled me about this is the social media account that you're posting from only highlights the beer. You are a full liquor store. Do you have 3 accounts for the same store? One that just does beer, one that does wine, or do you not even do wine and liquor? It's just funny. You're only handling the beer account. So you're probably a guy who just takes care of the craft beer side. How does your craft beer section work? Mine's all set up nice by its own styles, has description tags, so you can read everything about that beer. You have just price tags. Commenting on my stuff. Basic post, basic selection, basic setup. So, other stores out there, be wary. Again, you're pointing out something I did wrong. That's fine. And I gave you a smart-ass response, and then you wanted to respond back. I could have kept that. I could have kept the responses going, but it was late. I didn't want to. I don't have time to. Unless somebody wants an actual feud. You know, I said my piece. But yeah. Don't comment about other people's stores when you have your own store. Because then we have to bring out the fact that what you do isn't that great to begin with. 50 likes. I just I get more likes on one than you get in 3 posts. I'm like, oh, I had to look it up. I'm like, well, maybe he's getting a couple hundred. No, the average is 50. Hey, you make it seem like he's an influencer. Yeah, you're an influencer. And you're one-dimensional. You promote about the beer in the store. Nothing else. Nothing else. Now, without the good products I have no good store. So my posts are celebrating the products. It's kind of funny too, because I went to the Facebook page and the first idea that jumped out of my mind was it looked like a government website. Like there's no picture. The Facebook posts are like very sparingly, like 6 in the last 6 months, stuff like that. Like it's these huge, it looks like government warnings. Like it's not even post about products or anything. I thought I was at gov.net or something like that. Reading diatribes from public officials. Like, it didn't even look like a liquor store post. It had nothing to do with promoting product. Fucking hell. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, little gripe back. Don't take offense. I'm the one store you don't want to try to delve into because I give it right back and then it ends up on my videos. Anyways, that's it. Cappies. I'm not too shocked that you're doing this. However, you are going to have somebody see that's hooked up to the ABC, and then you're going to have to explain why you're promoting something illegally. But hey, you're not a direct competitor to me, so have at it. You've got to promote something for a penny because it's not that good. Maybe it is good. I don't know. If you're from that company, have your rep pay me a visit. Have me try it. If I think it's good, I will definitely carry it. I'm all about carrying good products. However, you will not be promoting it through my store at a penny. We follow the rules in my store. Me and the owner follow every rule possible. We don't divert and try to do things underhanded and illegal. Anyways, that's it. Liquor Legend out.
Only a penny.